Next, we'll explore an alternative method for creating grids and learn how to prepare our workflow for print-ready results. This technique is simpler and more intuitive than our previous method, though it sacrifices a bit of mathematical precision. For this reason, we must be diligent with each step to ensure a high-quality result suitable for your desired print format. I'll show you how. In Blender, start by creating a new 2D animation document. Switch to Object Mode and select the camera object. Change the default lens type from perspective to orthographic. This is a crucial step to prevent any visual distortion of your grid. Navigate to the Output properties. Set the resolution to 3,300 pixels for the x-axis and 2,550 pixels for the y-axis. This configuration specifically targets a standard letter size sheet at 300 dpi. Because the camera is centered in the workspace by default, no further adjustments to its position are necessary. While still in Object Mode, select the stroke object in the Scene panel. Then switch over to Draw Mode. With the Pen tool active, select the Rectangle tool. First, adjust your stroke thickness to 0.01. Now hold down Shift to constrain the proportions and draw a small square in the workspace. Press Enter to confirm the shape. Switch to Edit Mode and select your square by pressing A. We need to duplicate and align these squares precisely. Press Shift plus D to copy, then X to constrain the movement to the X-axis. To ensure the edges overlap perfectly, switch your viewport shading to wireframe and zoom in as far as possible. Press G, then X, and nudge the square until the edges align. You will notice the edge lighting change once they are perfectly overlapped. Zoom out, press A to select both squares, and press Shift plus D, followed by Z to copy them downward. Leave a small gap initially, then zoom back in. Use G and Z to snap the edges together vertically, again watching for that lighting change to confirm the alignment. Now that we have 4 perfectly joined squares, let's add the internal divisions. Switch back to Draw Mode and select the Line tool. Keep the thickness at 0.01, but ensure your subdivisions are set to 0. This ensures our strokes have only 2 vertices, a start and an end point. Draw a diagonal line from the top corner to the opposite bottom corner and press Enter. Repeat this for the second diagonal in the opposite direction. Remember, every time you use a shape command, you must press Enter to confirm the stroke or Escape to discard it. Switch back to Edit Mode, keep wireframe shading enabled, and turn on point selection. Select a vertex, press G, and position it exactly on the corner. You can leave a tiny portion of the line extending outside the square to help you visualize the intersection point. Repeat this for the other corners until the lines are correctly placed. Enable Edge Selection and press A to select everything. Use Shift plus D and X to duplicate and move the group horizontally. Zoom in, press G, then X, and merge the edges. Always zoom in to verify the joins before moving on to the next section to avoid compounding errors. Continue this process, selecting all, duplicating, and moving to build out your rows and columns. Once the grid is large enough, select the entire assembly and move it to the top corner of your workspace. Copy and move, repeating the same process. If the grid cells appears too large for your needs, select everything and press S to scale it down. Continue the copy and paste process using wireframe mode and high zoom levels for precision until the page is filled. If you accidentally exceed the page boundary or make an incorrect selection, simply press Ctrl+Z to undo. To adjust the thickness across the entire grid, go to the modifier properties. Add a modifier, such as thickness, and under the settings, you can adjust the weight. Setting the factor to 0.7, for example, will result in a finer, more subtle line. If the lines are too bold, select the layer containing your grid and lower the opacity to soften them. Create a test render to ensure the grid looks correct for printing. Do not apply the modifiers yet. Keeping them live allows you to adjust the weight and opacity whenever you like. Your grid is now complete. You can save this file to append it into future grease pencil projects or print it out for use with traditional media. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please give it a like. If you have any questions or would like me to go into more detail, let me know in the comments. Subscribe to stay updated on my upcoming tutorials and help me create more content. Thanks for watching.